Congress. What impact is that having on the future of our nation? Tomorrow on CBS This Morning.
This is KHQA News at 10.
New details from City Council tonight as they vote on where you can put your off-road vehicles.
If that wasn't put in as 217, they could potentially have an issue.
The new area code in central Illinois may be impacting your fire or burglar alarm. The reason you need to get it checked out immediately.
And our mild stretch of weather will continue, although with a few more clouds in the mix for tonight and for tomorrow. Tomorrow, especially high temperatures, low 70s, but it gets cooler after that with a chance of rain. We'll top it out for you with a full forecast coming up.
From around the tri-states, this is KHQA News at 10.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Chase Howell. First tonight, an ordinance that would allow Quincy residents to park RVs, trailers, and campers in their driveways was sent back to the Planning Committee. Previously, residents were only allowed to park these items behind or alongside their homes, though City Council voted to put a 6-month moratorium on the ordinance after residents complained. The change would allow residents to park these items wherever they want from April 1st to November 1st, but they needed to be 5 feet away from the curb. The ordinance has now been sent back to look at what is considered a residential driveway.
It allows gravel as well as hard surface, and I think there's concerns about that gravel being allowed as part of a driveway.
Changes will now be made to the ordinance and Planning Committee. It will then be sent back to Council for them to vote on again. City Council also approved resolutions to allow Quincy Medical Group to hold its annual Bridge the Gap to Health Run. According to our news partner WTAD, the event will take place on May 15th.
And we're looking at a few clouds overhead. Otherwise, it's been one mild evening up and down the entire mid-Mississippi Valley. Temperatures now have settled into the upper 40s to even mid-50s in a couple of spots. Just a little bit cooler as we head through the rest of the overnight, courtesy of a southerly flow, and along with that, a few more clouds to be in the mix. But these clouds won't be lasting a whole lot longer. We'll drop down into the mid-upper 40s overnight. South wind continues at 5 to 10. And then for tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds. Then eventually we'll see some sunshine. Temperatures on the mild side, upper 40s, as we headed off early in the morning, and then by later on in the afternoon, low 70s and a few more clouds into the mix. We'll time out that chance of rainfall coming up in just a few minutes.
Love to see 70 and sunny. Well, you have to dial the area code 217 when making a call in West Central Illinois. It's been that way for a few weeks now, but we found out it's causing problems in emergency situations. Taylor Deckard is working for you to explain what all businesses and homes with an alarm system need to look into.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Earlier this month, a local Champaign business had an issue with its fire alarm system not alerting the company or the fire department about a smoke alarm. Later finding out the issue was the system. It didn't dial 217 first.
Some alarm systems still use the phone line. If that wasn't put in as 217, they could potentially have an issue.
These alarm, once triggered, called the alarm company, which then called dispatch. It became mandatory to dial 217 February 27th due to the addition of a new area code in central Illinois. Communication between the alarm and the company can be incomplete calls.
Please hang up and redial the number, including the area code.
Is this an issue that other businesses need to look into to see if it's fixed?
If in doubt, contact your monitoring company, reach out to them and see if your system's been updated with the correct phone number.
The Champaign Fire Department is sharing a public service announcement to make sure this is fixed before an actual emergency.
If you have a question, call your alarm company or your monitoring company to see if your panel is able to talk to theirs.
Most fire and burglar alarms check in with the system.
A lot of times the alarm panels will actually, the newer ones have an LCD display that'll say communication failure.
And worst comes to worst, call 911 yourself.
The building where the fire alarm is going off, it's always good to still call 911, just so in case there's a problem with the transmission. That way somebody on the other end knows what's going on.
This is just for alarm systems that had the dial system. We reached out to the security company that had the malfunction for comment, but have not heard back yet. Now to a COVID-19 update. The Adams County Health Department reported no new cases of COVID-19 today. The last time ACHD reported no new cases was on February 6th. There have been over 8,000 positive COVID-19 cases in Adams County, including 114 deaths to date. At this time, 4 people with COVID-19 are hospitalized in the county, 1 being in the ICU. And some good news for Hancock County residents. The Hancock County Health Department will start vaccinating those residents in Phase 1A, 1B, and Phase 1B Plus on Wednesday, March 10th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. To receive the vaccine, you must either live or work in Hancock County. For more information on how to register or to find out if you're eligible, log on to KHQA.com. New concerns tonight about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Illinois Catholic leaders say they don't approve of the way it was produced. Jordan Elder is working for you to find out what this means for local Catholics looking to get vaccinated.
The church has said that it's morally acceptable to take a vaccine that relies on these cells if it's the only vaccine available. In fact, both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines used abortion-derived cells for testing, but the Johnson & Johnson vaccine went further. It was developed, tested, and produced with the fetal cells. A statement from the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops says in part, the vaccine with the least connection to abortion-derived cells should be chosen. Therefore, if one has the ability to choose a vaccine, Pfizer or Moderna's vaccines should be chosen over Johnson & Johnson. But right now, local health departments say there isn't enough supply to let people choose. They say you can always wait to get vaccinated until the supply increases and that choice becomes available.
To stay up to date with the most accurate coronavirus coverage and to learn more about vaccine distribution plans, go to our website, KHQA.com. A new education bill has just become law in Illinois. Governor J.B. Pritzker signed House Bill 2170, which adds 5 extra courses to Illinois' high school graduation requirements. The bill also transforms social studies and allows students to learn more about Black history and other underrepresented groups. Pritzker says the bill expands access, equity, and opportunity in Illinois' education system. Tickets are now on sale for the QCTS student program of Miss Nelson is Missing. This show will go live on Thursday, March 11th and play through Sunday, March 14th virtually. The story is about a teacher who can't catch a break from her misbehaving class. She comes up missing and is replaced by the vile Miss Viola Swamp. The class then works together to get to the bottom of her mysterious disappearance. Laura Sievert explains how you can get your tickets.
This is a virtual production for QCT and a tremendously talented cast of students putting it on. Really hope that people tune in. Get those tickets now at oneqct.org and tune in soon.
Tickets are $10 for an individual, $15 for a household, and $25 for a classroom.
Future is now. I'm Christine Frazan with a look at an immigration crisis some who live along the border say has already arrived.
Hilbing Auto Body. Integrity, technology, and you, our customer. The driving force behind everything we do. Take it to Hilbing.
It's Slumberland's Build Your Room sale. Look what you can get for just $20, $30, or $40 a month. How about 2 of these for just $30 a month when you spend $1,800 and pay no interest for 5 years?
Well, hello, Slumberland.
When heartburn takes you by surprise, fight back fast with new Tums Naturals, free from artificial flavors and dyes.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe everyone deserves 5G. Not just New York and L.A., but the millions of people in cities like yours, like Milwaukee, Rock Island, and Des Moines. That's why we're including 5G on all plans, no extra charge. Because everywhere matters, like Economawalk, Claysville, Prineville. U.S. Cellular has included 5G on all plans, no extra charge. Get unlimited data as low as $30 a month. U.S. Cellular.
Nothing impacts your home's comfort and value like structural issues. So for problems like cracks, settling, water issues, and more, call the experts. Locally, that's Bix Basement Systems. So don't wait for problems to get worse. Call today.
Your passion requires strength. To provide for those who you love. To bring you joy.
Okay, guys, where you at? Come on, get up here, let's go.
To be independent. Quincy Medical Group Orthopedics and Sports Medicine knows your passion is your strength.
You're looking good. Look, come on, girls.
That's why your strength is our passion.
Oh, my back. Hey, Dylan, need a mattress? Look what you can get at Slumberland for just $20, $30, $40 a month.
I love choices.
And you'll pay no interest for 5 years. The huge Sealy sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Hold on. I have a feeling that I just did something very expensive.
Want more Ellen? Get more. Only on Stir.
That's all we want. Complete honesty.
Download the free app today.
This is KHQA News at 10.
Welcome back. President Biden is promising to keep his fight for a $15 minimum wage. A provision to increase the federal minimum wage did not survive Biden's COVID-19 relief bill in Congress. A White House senior advisor says Biden will keep pushing for the hike. He believes not one person in the U.S. should work 40 hours a week and still live in poverty. For now, the bill is expected to get a vote Wednesday. When it is expected to pass, it would then go to President Biden's desk. Senator Roy Blunt of Missouri has announced he will not run for re-election next year. It was an unexpected decision by the high-ranked Republican. Blunt was first elected to the Senate in 2010. He currently serves as the ranking member of the Senate Rules Committee. Some top White House officials have just returned from a fact-finding trip to the U.S.-Mexico border. The challenge President Joe Biden is already facing is in some ways past presidents have faced an influx of migrants headed to the U.S. for a chance at a better life. But we are in the midst of a global pandemic and continue to see an increase in the number of unaccompanied minors coming as well, with mounting questions about the best way to respond. Sinclair National Correspondent Christine Frizzell now with what we're seeing at the border and hearing from Washington.
Stopping short of calling it a crisis, the Biden administration is facing multiple challenges along the U.S.-Mexico border. An influx of migrants making the trek, including more than 78,000 in January alone, up from 36,000 the year before. Nearly 6,000 of them unaccompanied minors or children, up from about 3,000 the year before. Top officials now instructing facilities that hold immigrant children to lift coronavirus capacity restrictions, preparing for a wave law enforcement officers say has already begun.
Normally we'd see between 300 to 400 a month come across our corridor that we work. We're currently seeing anywhere 25 to 2,800.
Tim Williams with the Cochise County, Arizona Sheriff's Office telling Full Measure's Cheryl Atkinson the surge has started. Drug and human traffickers adorning the rugged landscape with tracks.
That's not animal. That's all human done.
For border communities like this, it's not just safety, but health concerns that also run deep.
And you guys are doing testing and just putting them out to us and letting us deal with it?
So it's a good question. And the short answer is no, we are not testing.
Since taking office about 6 weeks ago, President Joe Biden has said reforming immigration policy in this country will be a top priority. Some of his top officials just in the last few days have said repeatedly they believe the system they inherited is broken. A delegation sent by the president to the border over the weekend so far sharing few details. The White House, though, vowing to address concerns about keeping kids in Border Patrol facilities like this one.
In order to do that, we need to have shelter facilities that are safe, that have access to educational resources, legal resources, health and medical resources.
Resources that for now appear to be in short supply. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
Still to come, toxic waste from federal dump sites is creeping into water across the nation, and people are worried that may come in contact with it. We have on this issue on tonight's Spotlight on America.
And it was a very mild day across the region as we topped upper 60s, close to 70 in a few spots. After a mild overnight temperature, it will be a little warmer for tomorrow, but it won't last much longer. We'll tell you about that in the full forecast up next.
Start your mornings with KHQA This Morning.
The next big weather maker is expected to impact the tri-state.
KHQA This Morning, weekday mornings at 5 a.m.
Wake up with Hardee's. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Fluffy egg, crispy bacon, and melty cheese. All wrapped up in a warm tortilla. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Part of Hardee's 2-3 more breakfast menu. Feed your happy.
Every new smile starts at Aspen Dental with custom crafted dentures made in our on-site labs and ready in as little as a day. We give you unparalleled safety at every visit. Natural looking results you'll love and options for every budget. Now during our Everyday Smiles event, get dentures for only $29 per month per arch. 60 months financing with total payments of $16.61. Find every reason to smile every day at Aspen Dental. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL or book today at aspendental.com.
Good night.
Good night, Papa. I love you.
Make sure you aren't missing the sweetest things in life. Celebrate sound with the hearing specialists at Quincy Audiology.
When was the last time you thought about your roof?
My what?
After a storm?
When it leaks?
With a metal roof from Full Service Roofing, the next time could be your last. We install roofs that look great, are energy efficient, virtually maintenance free, and come with a lifetime guarantee. From Quincy to Macomb, Hannibal to Keokuk, for over 10 years, when it comes to metal roofs, there's only one place to go. Full Service Roofing and Remodeling. Give us a call at 217-224-ROOF.
Well, if it isn't Big Hardy, you fixing to sauce me up? Sick those beefy twins on this cheese hound? Big Mac, go play with your extra toy bun. The adults are getting meaty.
The Big Hardy, part of the buy one, get one for just $1 deal. Feed your happy.
Sports is brought to you by the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign.
A stretch of mild temperatures does continue into the overnight hours and into tomorrow as we've got this nice stout southerly flow. And I hate to say that wind's going to be a little bit of a factor as we roll into tomorrow afternoon. It'll be rather brisk at times, so anchor some of those loose items if you've got them out. Live look at our Quincy sky cam to the southwest of our studios, where we do have a mostly cloudy sky overhead. 50 out at Quincy Regional Airport, 48% humidity with a southeast wind at 8. Pressure is falling a bit at 30.26. And a few more clouds into the mix across Macomb. Currently at the airport, we got a temperature of 47, 61% humidity, a south wind at 7, and the pressure is steady at 30.29. Mild across the tri-states here for this 10 o'clock hour. 54 at Fort Madison, 57 at Keokuk, 49 though at Kirksville, 50 at Novelty, same at Monroe City, 55 in Hannibal, 47 at Pittsfield, and 50 degrees at Barrie. The wind is out of the south and southeast up to about 10 miles an hour in a couple of spots. That wind will pick up by sunrise for tomorrow. But we've got this this little coating of cloud cover continuing to move from west to east. Really no rainfall with it, and even if it would try to rain, it's just so dry. It would take a lot of forcing in the atmosphere to get it to kind of squeeze out and hit the ground. But right now, just a general partly cloudy to cloudy sky. This will pass by sunrise tomorrow. Should see a decent amount of sunshine for tomorrow, especially by midday. And then late in the afternoon, the clouds start to pick up again. Full service roofing forecast in motion does bring in a little more cloud cover overnight, but then we clear out for tomorrow day. But then by tomorrow evening, we start to get more clouds rolling in. Showers start to erupt across central Iowa into far northwestern Missouri. This is a little different than our 6 o'clock forecast model. This is a little scant on the rainfall, but it does pick up as we head into Wednesday night. Line of showers and thunderstorms just off the left side of your screen will start to come on through, and that will spread general rainfall for us on Thursday and perhaps into Friday and maybe lingering into the upcoming weekend. Here's how we pan it out for you in the rainfall forecast. Generally about a ½ inch up through Thursday evening across parts of the tri-states. If this indeed happens, I think we can handle this in a fairly good fashion because the ground is just simply dry. As long as it's not a deluge, I think we'll be in fairly decent shape and welcome that rainfall. 47 overnight, partly cloudy south wind at about 5 to 10, and then more sunshine for tomorrow. Highs in the low 70s. That wind, however, out of the south up to 30 miles an hour at times, yeah, it's going to be rather brisk. And I would also avoid any outdoor burning whatsoever until we get a little moisture. And that should occur beginning tomorrow night. If not tomorrow night, more so on Wednesday and Thursday. Highs on Wednesday in the upper 60s, lows in the mid 50s. A little cooler as we head into the upcoming weekend with still a threat of showers both Saturday and Sunday and maybe into Monday of next week. Highs closer to where we should be in the mid and upper 40s with overnight temps generally in the 30s. And that's the latest in your weather forecast. We want to see some of your best expertise photos. Just use your KHQA app and then click on Chime In, and you can upload it very easily from there. And you can also check out some other great shots from other viewers from throughout the tri-states.
And to stay up to date with the latest breaking news and local news you can get it delivered right to your inbox every weekday by signing up for KHQA's newsletter. Just go to KHQA.com. Millions of Americans live near Superfund sites, the areas the government says have been contaminated with hazardous waste. Today, sea level rise is threatening to flood hundreds of those sites, releasing dangerous chemicals into surrounding communities. National investigative correspondent Josie Sturman explores the risk and new pushes for action.
Right up under this bridge over there, that is the site.
For Navassa Mayor Ulyss Willis, it was the construction of a bridge in his North Carolina town not far from the coast that turned up a toxic discovery.
So they were out actually driving the pilings down for this bridge when this gooey stuff was oozing up out of the ground, and they realized, hey, that's creosote.
Creosote, a probable carcinogen, was used by a wood treatment plant here until it closed in the 1970s. The toxic preservative seeped its way into the groundwater and soil, tainting acres of land now covered by trees and marsh, landing the area on the Environmental Protection Agency's Superfund list, reserved for the most contaminated spots in the country.
That marsh is one of God's ways of protecting us because it's kind of like acting like a sponge, right? And it's eating up a lot of that stuff.
Do you get worried, though, that if that marsh erodes, that contamination goes out and affects more people?
Yeah.
We've learned erosion is a major concern with Superfund sites around the nation. That's because experts say climate change and sea level rise are raising the potential for more flooding, which will compromise the stability of these sites.
Floodwaters could pick up those hazardous chemicals, and then they could spread into communities.
Jacob Carter with the Union of Concerned Scientists is behind a study that found over the next 20 years, more than 800 Superfund and other hazardous sites could be at risk for flooding. That echoed a 2019 report from the Government Accountability Office that found flooding caused by climate change is already impacting some Superfund sites, with hundreds more in danger.
We need the government to act now.
And if we don't act quickly, what's at risk?
Communities are at risk. People's health is at risk. I mean, we're talking about humans who could literally lose their lives if they come into contact with some of these chemicals.
Hurricane Harvey in 2019 and Irene in 2011 showed the potential for disaster and harm, with floodwaters washing toxic chemicals out from 2 Superfund sites in Texas and New Jersey. Mitigation measures have since been put in place at those sites, but many still lack protective measures, with experts calling for the EPA to do more to fortify infrastructure to keep hazardous chemicals contained, especially because many Superfund sites sit in low-income communities or communities of color.
At a certain point, when you just pile things onto these communities, it becomes so much harder for them to recover. And I think people think about climate change as being a story about the environment. It's a story about humans.
Humans like Mayor Ulyss Willis, who says he's been waiting decades for the EPA to clean up the Navassa site and protect his community from a toxic legacy and the threats future flooding could bring.
I mean, it's like, okay, yeah, we know about it now and we're going to do something about it, but when?
I'm Josie Sturman for Spotlight on America.
The EPA says there is no risk to people living near the Superfund site in Navassa because the site is stable. The agency told Spotlight on America its new leadership team is aware of issues involving climate change in Superfund sites and will work with staff to determine next steps. To see which Superfund sites are threatened, go to spotlightsinvestigates.com. A home opener for the ages for the Hannibal LaGrange baseball squad, plus one of Quincy High's finest makes a college basketball decision. Chris Dewar has the day's news next in sports.
Some days you'll do whatever it takes to stay cool. Call Bruning for a Bryant. You'd be a lot cooler if you did. Bruning and Bryant, whatever it takes.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helped me reach peak performance in the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
There is a great demand for respiratory therapists.
Respiratory therapists help assist with the lungs.
Currently, we offer a 4-year Bachelor of Science of Respiratory Care program. And visit our website at brcn.edu.
I'm sexy and I know it. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body.
I'm crying 'cause I love you.
Pepsi Wild Cherry.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota equipment. Featuring front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers, it's everything you need to take on winter. Get select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Jennifer Garner from Yes Day.
Say yeah!
Plus, Happy Pets Week.
How do you keep Georgia happy?
Food and bedtime stories. She likes reading to me.
Weekday mornings at 9 on KHQA CBS. Spring is here, and KHQA wants to give you $5,000 to brighten your day. Just visit khqa.com/station/contests and enter to win. One nationwide winner will feel the warmth with an extra $5,000. Thanks to your friends at KHQA.
A nation on edge. Get the facts from the local reporters, the journalists that live there.
This is really escalating.
News On lets you select coverage from over 200 television stations across America. And it's free. News On. Local news nationwide.
Katie Couric guest hosts.
Interesting.
All this week on Jeopardy! The following segment is sponsored by the University of Illinois. Now, sports with Chris Dewar from the University of Illinois Sports Desk.
Good Monday evening to you, everybody. Famously possessed of terrific low-post skills and the most recognizable hair in the local game, Quincy High post Emily Wilson is now officially off the recruiting market, signing today to become a Webster Gorlock.
I think Webster was the perfect fit because they are like a pretty good, decent basketball team, and the coach there, he really likes to push his girls on and off the court, and this is a really good caring program there. Weight off my shoulders, because I mean I've worked pretty much probably my whole basketball career just to make it to this point and to be able to play another 4 years past high school.
You've got good fan support here already in Quincy, but you've got family in St. Louis. Does that help, knowing that you're going to have fans in the stands when that comes back?
Oh yeah, for sure. It helps make it more of like a kind of like a, I guess, home welcoming kind of, if you want to say that.
From the standpoint of academics, kind of, have you thought major? What do you want to be when this process is all said and done away from basketball?
I've had a couple ideas going in, either like computer science, physical therapy, or like something in education, but yeah, bouncing around a few ideas.
This is the end of a really good run at Quincy High School. What special here has kind of made you the player that you are now?
I think it's just my teammates and just the support of the community, the basketball community that we have for girls basketball. It's really helped a lot.
Key question, does the hair get dyed blue next year?
Maybe. We'll have to see.
On a different women's college basketball front, Western Illinois' season has come to an end in the semifinals of the Summit League tournament. The latest victim of upset specialist Omaha, the 8th seed today, shot 8 of 14 from behind the three-point arc. That's 57% to end up downing Western Illinois by the final count in this one of 69-55. Evan Zars led the way in the loss for the Leathernecks with 16 points and 9 rebounds. Well, I dare say the Hannibal LaGrange baseball squad was happy to get back home for their season home opener today, taking on Lincoln. How about this? Your leadoff hitter, Isaiah Holscher, channeling his inner Ricky Henderson, going to dead away center with that line drive home run to start the ball game. And in his next at bat, Isaiah would follow suit with his second home run of the day, a power shot to deep left, 2 home runs and 2 at bats, but that was far from the only output of the day for the Trojans as they put 34 runs on the board in a 34-3 victory over Lincoln. And we'll leave you tonight with a little high school boys basketball. 6 o'clock early start at Payson with Brussels in town. But check out Eric Grace. What a magnificent full court pass to the open man under the basket. Easy start for Payson Seymour, and they're just going to keep amassing points. Riker Triplet gets inside, spins off 2 defenders, gets the soft floater to go, and then a little more defense. It's not Johnny on the spot, it's Ben on the spot with a beautiful felony and finger roll as Payson Seymour builds a 45-24 lead in the third quarter and never looks back. With your look at Monday Night Sports, I'm Sports Director Chris Dewar.
There's a lot to be said for a good rainstorm. Rain makes grass greener and flowers brighter. Rain washes things clean. And with a little imagination, a rainstorm can be an afternoon's vacation, but only if it stays outside your home.
If you dread rainstorms because of basement water issues, it's time to call the experts. For basement waterproofing that protects your home and everything in it, call Bix Basement Systems. Because life's better when you don't have to worry every time it rains. Call today.
Nicorette knows quitting smoking is freaking hard. You get advice like, try hypnosis. Or quit cold turkey. Kidding me? Instead, start small with Nicorette, which can lead to something big. Start stopping with Nicorette.
Find your style with Patriot Lighting and get 11% off everything. Now at Menards. Check out our lighting showroom and choose from our huge selection of interior lights. We carry a great assortment of styles and finishes, so you're sure to find a look that's right for you. Save today with 11% off all Patriot Lighting and find your style today. View more than 7,000 different lighting options right now on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah. Yeah.
With great deals, get ready to turn your dreams into reality.
Right now, save big with a complimentary first month's lease payment on a new 2021 Highlander. To learn more, visit Toyota.com.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Introducing the intelligently designed, fully loaded Toro Seamaster 4000. Bigger, stronger, and built to reign over tough terrain. Pro-made, 100% commercial grade for a fast, superior cut with more horsepower, rugged good looks, and a relaxed ride that's heaven on turf. The Seamaster 4000. From start to finish. Toro. Count on it.
This one's for the ladies, but literally. Today is International Women's Day. Every year on March 8th, it's our chance to celebrate the social, economic, and political achievements of women around the world. But it's also a day to remember how much work still has to be done to achieve gender equality. We're talking everything from health care, protection under the law, voting rights, freedom from violence, and political office, which is why the best way to mark today is by learning more about what you can do to make change.
Indeed. And we are looking at a change in our forecast, not tonight or tomorrow, but after that. Tonight, we'll fall back into the upper 40s. A cloud, clear sky mix with wind out of the south at 5 to 10. Then it gets a bit breezy and warm tomorrow. Highs of 72. The wind out of the south up to 30. And then the chance of rain really rapidly increases late on Wednesday into Thursday and Friday. Along with that, much cooler temperatures. That's it. That's all for now. Chase, back to you.
And before you go, Rich, if you were asked a question and he asked if it's too early to lay down grass seed.
No, it's not too early. As a matter of fact, seed a lot and use a good broadcast spreader. Get this rain moving in, and then you'll have some seed sprouting in no time.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Rich, and thanks for joining us tonight. And keep up with us 24/7 at KHQA.com. Have a great night, everyone.